Okay, looks like the ads are over. Let's see how this does while also streaming. I got it to run at a steady 72-ish in the practice mode. It's not overloading yet, so that's a good sign. Welcome in, Arcturus. It's overloading a bit again. Let's play... healer, because I don't think I can do much else. Yeah, benchmarks are nice and they're not as synthetic as, say, a 3D Mark test, but it's still nice to actually see how it works. Obviously, a stream, not necessarily the best way either, because it's going to struggle to both encode and play, but yeah. It's also obviously suffering a bit at the moment because I'm not as familiar with the USV. Overloading a bit, I see. But not too bad, actually. So I guess you could argue any overloading is it's bad. Looks like it's hitting 90 plus, which is causing it to overload. Yeah, it's overloading quite a bit at the moment. Guess we could go down to balanced and see if it helps with the load. I've noticed with this card, and I'm going to assume that's just a Intel encoder thing. If it uses a lot of 3D resources, it's going to overload pretty fast. Compared to the NVENC. Still overloading a bit. Yeah, I don't know. I think OBS have worked quite a bit with the Alchemist cards, but obviously it could be because it's a tiny percentage of the actual people streaming. Still overloading a bit. Looks like anytime it hits 90% usage, it's going to overload. But it works, which is surprising in of itself, I think. We're testing yesterday, and the B580 is able to do Cyberpunk 77 with high settings, RT reflections on, except when you're streaming. If you're streaming, you have to disable RT, at least RT reflections. I don't really like the other RT effects. They don't seem to do much in Cyberpunk. Path tracing is completely out of the question with this card, at least in Cyberpunk. I'm assuming it's when I get into fights it gets really bad. I'm going to lower the settings again next time I die. Twitch again, okay. Hey, thank you for the follow, despite the coder overload. Going to have to lower the settings more in this to make it streamable. Yeah, it's completely overloaded now. Let's see. Yeah, it's interesting that it's... For some reason it won't stop overloading now. That doesn't really make any sense. Yeah, depends. We might be back. Interesting that the usage just kept going up. Now it's overloading again for some reason. Well, now we're down to low and performance scaling, so let's see how this goes. Yeah, it wouldn't stop overloading. It's interesting behavior. Yeah, definitely a lot easier to play at a reasonable frame rate with this card than it is to stream with it. Definitely missing the 4070 right now, but there's more testing to be done. I guess if you have this GPU as your main GPU, then playing games at medium or low is probably something you're relatively used to anyways. So I guess streaming at that isn't as big of a compromise as it feels like for someone used to playing on 4070 Ti. Yeah, setting it to low seems to have done all the difference. Now it seems to be keeping around 70, which is good for streaming. Maybe when I'm done with this match, I'm going to switch to Borderlands 3, see how that runs. also see how that looks with NVIDIA, oh, sorry, Intel's HVC. Yeah, this card, this is probably a lot of also because I'm not used to the limitations. It's a bit more fiddly to deal with. Yeah, it's apart from the occasional driver issue, I think it's going to be a perfectly fine card for doing low to mid-end gaming in 1440p. And at 1080 it's going to do even better, so... I'm... apart from struggling to come to terms with the limitations, I think it's a really good card. Now, obviously, most people who are going to buy a budget GPU probably aren't streaming either. Majority, at least. It's definitely been quite a lot harder to get it running good while streaming than it is to get it to run good while not streaming. I think maybe NVENC has spoiled a lot of people. It just works better. Oh, absolutely. One of the reasons I got this card to test is because at least 3 of my friends are looking to get a new PC next year. I kind of need to know what the mid-tier of cards looks like, especially on the budget end. But let's switch to Borderlands. And see how that does. If Marvel Rivals ever is going to close completely. There it goes. Let's see. Borderlands 3. I also noticed that using more than 5 encoder sessions not really going to be a option for this card, it seems. So right now I have the YouTube stream just copying the 1440 Twitch code. It was doing a separate YouTube encode. It just overloaded even on the starting soon screen. Let's see. 11 FPS. That's a good start. Let's see if we maybe can change that. Oh. XAA medium. I wonder what's actually causing it to go this low. Because it did automatically change the settings. Let's go to 75 resolution maybe. Switching it up, probably not the best call. It's not really using much of the card either, so that this might be a case of a game that's just not going to run very well at the moment. It's 60 FPS in the loading screen, so that's something. Yeah, Nvidia's prices are completely out of control. And I don't think AMD is going to save us either. And they're not even going for high-end this generation, according to themselves. And they're still probably going to be quite expensive. I'm hoping AMD doesn't do any 8GB budget cards, but probably going to, because Nvidia is doing it again. And then trying to upsell with the 4060 Ti. Also hope Intel does a... There are rumors that Intel have a higher tier of card coming as well. And if that's also appropriately priced, then Intel might sweep the mid-tier completely. This is not looking great, so this has to be a driver issue, I think. This card definitely should be able to do better than this, and it's not even being taxed much. This same thing happened with Astroneer yesterday. Got 25 FPS and 20% utilization. Might have to make a post about it on the Intel forums. Astroneer and Borderlands 3 and Darktide. Darktide ran okay, but it had some interesting visual artifacting. Okay, that's Borderlands 3, not great. Let's switch to something else. Let's switch to something old. And hope it actually runs. Also, let's hope. I actually haven't played Fable in a while, so I don't know if it has any windowed modes. Well, that's not ideal, but better than nothing. Guess we're going to have to check if Borderless Gaming can help us. No, that did not help in the way I wanted it to. And OBS also loses focus. I tab out. Well, just going to have to live with that then, I guess. It runs, so that's a good start. Let's crank everything up. Oh, that requires restart. Well. Chicken chaser. Might need to turn V-Sync back on, because that's doing 400 FPS.
Deep in the forest of Albion lay the small town of Oakvale, unchanged by time and untouched by the sword.
Seems to be running this DX9 game perfectly fine, which is a good sign. Intel apparently has had issues with legacy support.
Sometimes he imagined himself as a noble knight or a powerful wizard.
So far, all the old games have launched have worked fine.
Sometimes he dreamt he'd be an evil warrior.
Apart from being
all
old.
his dreams of greatness, he could not possibly imagine the power of the destiny that lay before him.
Come on, wake up. Daydreaming again, were you? Just like your mother, mind always wandering. Well, let it wander off to find your sister, will you? She's out playing by the Barrowfields gate. Remember, you haven't given her a birthday present yet. Don't tell me you forgot to get her one. Well, I'm not bailing you out this time, son. I tell you what, I'll give you a gold piece for each good deed you do around Oakvale. That should be enough to buy her a present. Now, get moving and stay out of trouble.
Let's see. Well, interesting. In actual gameplay, it's not utilizing the GPU fully, and it's also not running at crazy FPS. But let's V-Sync anyways, because we only have 144 anyways. This monitor. Oh, the V-Syncs to 60. That's interesting. That's not how V-Sync is supposed to work. Guess we're not going to use VSync then.
Look at you! You'll be helping your father out in no time.
Oh, right. I keep forgetting. Let's just set it to... testing. Also,
Mind how you go, kid.
this is kind of disorienting. I think we're going to have to VSync anyways, because the frame rate is all over the place. And every time I alt tab, it's going to go completely black. Old games.
Trade goods!
Honestly, where's that good-for-nothing? Honestly, where's that good-for-nothing husband of...
Where's that filthy layabout husband of mine? With some woman, I don't doubt. I run his house, bring up his children, and what do I get in return? Nothing.
Thanks for the reminder, by the way.
If you find him, let me know, won't you?
Many lovely things.
You stupid little idiots. What do you want? I'm just dealing with this brat. He was irritating me, playing with my sister and her stupid teddy bear. Now he won't give it to me, just because I said I'd rip its stupid head off. I told him if he doesn't do what I say, I'm gonna make his life a misery. I want more pocket money next week. Why are you...
Get him off me! Please help! He goes around the town beating up anyone smaller than him. But you look strong. I bet you could scare him off for good.
Have you cleaned my mouth? Ow! Hey, you hurt! Ow! Hey! I'm sorry. I'll leave him alone. Just please don't hit me again.
Thank you. You stopped him good. Thank you. Here, I'll let you look after Rosie. She'll be safe with you.
Well, it runs, and I think that's enough of that, because this swimmy camera is making me slightly motion sick. Hopefully that reboot slash remake is good. New Fable game would be nice. What else do we have? That I haven't looked at yet. Ooh, that's a new indie, the new indie game. I haven't actually tried that on this card. And apparently my category didn't update, so that's nice. And this is immediately overloading everything. Including my ability to alt-tab, apparently. The Great Circle. Oh, it's not even going to let us change the settings. Oh, it does. Okay, nice. Let's see. Okay, it is in borderless, but it's not behaving as if it's in borderless. That's freaking video games. Favorite, really. Also defaulted to 1080. That's interesting. Why would it do that? Apparently have to restart the game for these settings to take effect. Still puzzled why it's responding as if I'm in exclusive full screen. Hey, it's rendering almost 1200 frames, 1400 frames now. Oh my god. I'm going to say it right now, I hate this menu screen. Why does it take this long to get into the menu? Let's maybe not render it at 1000 FPS. Oh Christ, can't even punch in the number you want. Let's go for 70. Everything's on low. Vertical sync. Let's do triple buffered. And it's still overloading. See if it keeps overloading if we start the game. And now it's not in the...
Well, walking the path of death. What of the curse? Superstitions, Atibo. Tranquilo.
It's showing the game when I alt-tab out. What the hell? Game capture, probably not going to work. Nope. Okay, let's do window then. The Borderlands can help us with this game. No, it's not actually rendering on stream correctly. It seems. That's an interesting problem. Also quite the delay. Okay, I think maybe this game is beyond this GPU while also streaming. Well, at least I've tested it. Did think about maybe launching Starfield, but I don't feel like it. Let's see. State of Decay 2. Hey, Packle. How are you today? I don't understand why game capture isn't working anymore. For why? That's not promising. Another game that is rendering at 20. Okay, 30, that's closer to something we can work with. It's not hitting the GPU at all, which is worrisome. Yeah. Yes, also struggling with actually just capturing the game, which is an interesting problem. So let's move on to something that doesn't have RTX. Or RT at all. Okay, we might be able to do low in status for the K2.
And we're empty.
Don't
Again.
think this game is going to be playable on this
So,
card.
whose turn is it to find more fuel?
Not me. Last time I accidentally riled up a damn horde.
I have a better idea. We could settle down here instead of moving on.
I admit it. It looks better than the last couple of towns we came through.
I
Now that you mention it,
don't
it does
think I
feel
have
kinda homey.
Mirage.
It's settled. This town is where we'll set up our new base. We just have to find a spot that's
No.
defensible. Maybe with some room to expand.
Supposedly there's a code for an AC game that comes with this game. But I don't remember there being a code in the box. Holy shit. I'm assuming scenarios like this is just drivers reducing 20% and hitting 14 FPS. Five FPS, nice. Stuff like this is not great. Yeah. Is there a profile in the... No, there's no profile for it in the graphics software. This is the sort of thing where I go, maybe this isn't such a great card after all. There's been a couple of games like this now, where it just doesn't render the game at decent FPS, even though it should be able to. Basically feels like there should be a compatibility list for the GPU. You can check before buying it. No Man's Sky works fine, so at least there's that. Let's see, Star Wars The Old Republic, maybe. Guild Wars 2, let's see how that runs. If it runs at all. Unless there's a huge patch. No, that's just a small one. Oh, and ads are starting in 5 minutes. Okay, 144 on the login screen. That seems promising. On 30, 90. Unstable, I think is fair to say. But at least it runs. Do we have the ability to cap the FPS? Frame limiter. That's a very limited frame limiter. Now it's 72. Well, that works. I can work with that if it manages to stay at that and not bounce around. We could also use the limiter in the Intel software.
Good hunting.
Might not need need a limiter looking at that number. Let's see, let's tune it a bit. Let's see what auto detect does. Okay, above 60, that's not bad. Not bad at all. It's not overloading. Like most MMOs, it's probably going to struggle in hubs where there's a lot of people. Let's try to limit it to, let's say 62, that's playable. Always prefer a steady frame time over high FPS numbers, personally. Now the utilization is really low, so we can probably up the... Let's do SMMAA low. And high load. Native rendering. And there we go. It's not going to be flat all the time, but that's still pretty decent. Let's go to somewhere outside the city. Going to assume anyone who is going to have this as their main card's probably going to be used to frame drops in MMO hubs. What do I have left to do in this zone? There's one heart and one discovery. That looks like some sort of event shenanigans. Ooh, that's big fall. Also forgot to change. Oh, did it actually go to test? Yeah, it went to test, so I don't have to keep changing the game. Don't remember how to get to this point of interest. This.
Protected. Wither. Soften them up. We heal as one. Protected. You down. Soften them up. Rip them up. We heal as one. I want that.
See, are there any big events happening right now? Fire elemental in 2 minutes. That might tax it a bit more. But yeah, good news to any Guild Wars 2 players, I guess. The B580, perfectly fine for Guild Wars. YouTube really not a fan of streaming at 7 Mbps. Which apparently thinks it's good enough.
There's one to remember me by.
Magic battery cell, nearing capacity.
Just a bit more. I'm sure you can handle it.
Dealing pretty well with lots of players out in the actual adventure maps.
Concentrate.
Greetings.
Discord is not in streamer mode for some reason. Oh, that's an overload. The encoder apparently does not like the
Everyone else, keep those inquest agents away from
the reward screen. Well, that's avoidable if you're streaming this game, so at least there's that.
refreshing.
By the way, Arcturus, if you want to see the test I did yesterday, it is the export from Twitch is up on the YouTube channel. It's not very exciting, but it does prove that you can stream Cyberpunk and play it at high settings. At least there's that. The other stuff in that stream, not as interesting.
Fast as the wind.
This event always takes such a long time to actually start. We're here, so we're going to do it. Because we want to test if the actual event maybe spikes the usage.
Magic battery cell damage. Failure imminent. Excuse me.
Oh no, keep it in. You can do it. That's an order.
Cannot maintain.
Firing main cannon.
Protected.
Typing something.
We heal as one.
Dispenser's up.
I don't know. Refreshing. I feel energized.
Frame time is all over the place, and the frame rate is unstable, but this is still playable. And it's not overloading, so...
Give up yet?
We heal as one.
Wonder if this is MMA doing? No, even
Help me over here.
even with just FXAA, it's down to 40.
Oh no, my dear 5,000. This world didn't deserve you. At least the fire elemental was not
treasure.
to do too much.
Okay, well that works. With a bit of adjusting, it would probably run at 60, even though there's a bunch of stuff going off. What else? What else to test? Path of Exile 2 I already tested. That runs pretty well on this card.
May the Six watch over you.
Valheim I haven't updated the mods for. Let's see. What else do I have installed that would be interesting to test? Space Marine 2 maybe? have managed to run this pretty okay. The question is, can I also run it decently and stream it? This card. Didn't overload for a very long time for settling. Okay, and it's running about 90%. Up to 60, that might be in the settings. Did I look it? Yeah, that's the frame limit. This card seems to have a problem with the reflections, both lumen and RT and regular screen space reflections the card struggles with. This is running at balanced, which is not great, but we might need to reduce it even more. Oh, that's the wrong way. Okay, performance. Can it do performance without overloading? Now we're back to just overloading for no reason. Okay, more or less locked 60, not overloading anymore. Starts overloading when I Alt-tab. That's not ideal at all.
We must reduce redeployment time. Maintain a complement of standard war gear on all Thunderhawks.
Also, apparently the settings screen is very intense for some reason. Okay, let's go to low and balanced. Oh, someone is already tactical. Guess we're going to play Assault then.
The Tyranids have already established their capillary towers. They mean to harvest this planet's biomass. They will take Kadaku, but we will make them pay for it. Those towers, they're bio-titan. Find a way to bring them both down. Trap them in their own filth. Acadian platoon has taken up position near an abandoned Imperial fortress. Their weapons will lead the counterattack. The Acadian commander can brief you on the fortress's current status.
The Tyranids will pay for what they have done here.
Okay, this might not be streamable at all on this card. At least not with multiple encodes.
Our thanks. We shall handle the Hierophant from here.
This path will lead you into the jungle and towards...
The Cadian said this was our way forward. Captain, we are leaving the Cadian position to seek a way to access the fortress's cannons.
You know,
front gate is inaccessible.
low settings.
Fortress schematics show a waste reclamation center.
Doesn't look terrible, but also there's a lot of overloading.
A surprise attack. I approve.
Where there is one, there is an infestation. I am the righteous storm this second. I shall suffer your poor aim for only so long. Avenging angel at your disposal.
Equipment there.
Our foes push to overwhelm us. Stop them! Hammer rises to strike. That pitiful Xenos was but an abhorrent blight. I am airborne ready. Commencing reload.
Okay. Performance scaling and low settings is streamable. Wouldn't want to be a dedicated Space Marine 2 streamer and having to stream at these settings.
Jump pack refuel. Now the Xenos fire form eliminated. Swapping magazine.
B is an angel of death.
I can see why a lot of people, or some people at least, say they want to use the Intel cards as dedicated streaming cards, because the only thing really causing it to fail
Take care not to pierce
is playing while also encoding.
My situational awareness might be sharper than yours, Vespasius.
It is your soul in question. You gaze upon the enemy more intently than most must.
I do not see into their thoughts.
Makes me wonder how the low profile cards do as dedicated streaming cards.
End that one's pitiful life before its cries for reinforcements
No
are needed.
mind for tactics.
Readying next volley.
Rash outrage! The Emperor sees your impious aim. Avenging angel at your disposal. We are the exterminators of incompetent.
Location marked.
You should lend me that jump pack sometime.
Equipment
I would
marked.
never want for a good vantage again. There is no better line of fire than a barrel rammed down the enemy's throat. I hope you are cleaning it often.
Hello, Morali. How are you today?
Captain, the waste center entrance and our victory are right ahead.
Good. The hive ships are moving into range of the capillary towers. We are in Kadaku's final hours.
Changing magazine. It will not be long now until we are in the fortress, brothers. Exterminated.
My war gear
I
is
think you might try to do some manual overclocking soon. See if that maybe also gives it more overhead for streaming. Oh, that's a Carnifex. Where?
If we want to reach the las cannons, we must first awaken all of the consoles.
There is, big boy.
Swapping magazine.
Only after we activate the consoles can we enter the fortress, brothers.
I am airborne ready. I am the right that stores this sector. Salve for all wounds.
Only after we activate the consoles can we enter the fortress, brothers.
Vessel detected. Sharing the divine blessings of the machine god. Communion with vessel complete. Ministerial authority accepted.
Only after we activate the console can we enter the fortress, brothers.
This foul miasma slows me.
Your aim tries my patience, brother. Alien bioform eliminated.
Communion established. Transmission of blessing has commenced. Attention, ministers. Communication with console halted. Biological impurity detected. Invasive material must be removed prior to resumption.
Let us find this substance and purge it.
The world this Xenos sought to consume now consumes its carcass.
Presence of invasive material detected. Eliminate immediately.
The Tyranid pollution ensnares the system.
If we are to fix this,
We must destroy the spores that spawned these vines.
This Tyranid growth will no longer infect the machines.
Foreign biological matter no longer detected. System accessible. Resume communication with the constant into the slumbering unit. Awakening has begun. Console operational. Connection to core controls established. Praise the Omnissiah. System restoration complete. Primary controls reset.
Our journey leads elsewhere. Let us open the door and leave.
gathering supplies.
The armory provides.
Captain Akarat, we are entering the fortress.
Good. Head up to the cannons and remind the Xenos of whom they dare to attack.
I am airborne ready. Be as an angel of death.
Where is that guy going? Oh. This is not going great. These two clearly not. Clearly never played Left 4 Dead. First rule, co-op horde games, don't split up.
The Xenos infestation is stemmed. Gifts from the Forge. Jump pack refueled.
Your command of the liturgies of battle is admirable. I do not recognize half the passages you invoke.
You do not strike me as lax, brother. You may attend me when next I visit the Reclusium.
I would be honored.
Practice temperance until then. It is a place of quiet.
Picking up extra rounds.
The Imperium's hammer rises to strike. The enemy summons. Another alien falls to the Imperium's keen blade. Take flight and let terror fall.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do.
I am airborne ready. Reloading magazine. Me as an there. That is how we will rise to meet our foes.
Oh, Lictor.
I shall suffer your poor aim for only so long, brother.
Deploying crack grenade.
Deploying grenade! The armory provides.
Our target.
Jump pack refueled. On my mark, brothers. This will sustain me in my darkest hour.
Our orders are clear. Advance.
The Tyranids seem to know you are close. They are amassing at the fortress.
Let them gather. It will only result in more losses for them.
Rearming.
Resupplying. Ammunition cache here.
Medical stims found.
Tyranid scourge towers above us, but not for long.
The defensive cannons will terminate it.
the last cannons, you will need to find the manual controls to operate them.
I see the console you speak of.
Defensive cannons active. Targeting system non-functional. Initializing secondary system. Communion established. All specs connected. Mobile targeting system online. Ministers, as you aim, the service guard will relay your target to the system. May the Omnisire steady your hand.
Medical cache, on me.
Keep at it, brothers. Show the Tyranids no mercy. The Tyranid aims for us.
Do not press the attack. Do not let them recover, brothers.
Keep at it, brothers. Show the Tyranids no mercy.
Depleted. Engage auxiliary generators to resume firing.
Xenos' hunger is insatiable, but the Imperium is indomitable.
Activation complete. Take the shot.
Remote system no longer service guard detected. Synchronization complete.
Take cover, brothers. Back away from its toxic expulsion. Press the attack. Do not let them recover, brothers.
No alien trespassers alive. Who needs stims?
The Tyranid aims for us. Keep going. We can finish this. Away from its filth, brothers. We must replenish the last cannons so we can eliminate these Tyranids.
Rouse the last cannons and keep fighting, brothers.
It spews its vileness towards us. Jump pack refueled.